One stared with cold hatred. The other smiled like he was already at peace. But which mindset wins when the cage door closes? Hi, this is licensed professional counselor Robert Bryant, and this is Faith Meets Psychology. Now let's break down the psychology and body language of UFC 329's two biggest face-offs. Tomorrow night, these men will fight. But in many ways, the psychological battle has already begun. Body language before a fight can reveal confidence, fear, emotional control, hidden tension, and even who may be carrying the heavier psychological burden. Now let me be clear. These are observations, not certainties. Now let's discuss the main event. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. Immediately, this face-off feels incredibly intense. Conor's body language shows that his chin is slightly elevated, and this can communicate dominance, defiance, refusal to submit psychologically. His face appears tense, especially around the jaw. This often suggests high emotional activation, aggression, extreme investment in the outcome. Conor is also invading Max's personal space. Throughout his career, Conor has weaponized proximity. He likes making opponents uncomfortable. This is psychological warfare. He's essentially saying, "This is my territory." However, there may be something deeper happening here. Conor hasn't fought consistently in 5 years. Questions surround him. Can he still do it? Has time passed him by? When fighters have something to prove, intensity can become amplified. This doesn't necessarily mean insecurity. It means the stakes feel enormous. Psychologically, Conor may be carrying the weight of a legacy. Now, for Max Holloway's body language, Max looks incredibly composed. His face appears relaxed. His shoulders aren't overly elevated. He's standing tall without excessive tension. This is often seen in athletes experiencing what psychologists call the challenge state. Rather than seeing danger, they see opportunity. Max has always been one of the calmest fighters under pressure. His expression almost communicates, "I've been here before." He doesn't appear emotionally hijacked. Instead, he appears regulated. And emotional regulation is one of the greatest predictors of elite performance. Max also isn't leaning backward. He's not avoiding eye contact. He's fully present. This suggests confidence, but it's a different kind of confidence than Conor's. Conor projects intensity. Max projects certainty. What about the psychological dynamic between them? This almost feels like fire versus water. Conor's energy is explosive, emotional, dominant. Max's energy is calm, grounded, patient. One man appears fueled by proving something. The other appears comfortable simply being himself. Neither approach is inherently better, but the question becomes, who can stay psychologically flexible once adversity hits? Because when someone gets hurt, when fatigue sets in, the fighter who regulates emotions often gains a massive advantage. Next up, let's discuss Benoit Denis versus Paddy the Paddy Pimblett. This face-off is fascinating because emotionally, it feels completely different. BSD's body language is showing that he's standing extremely upright. His chin isn't dramatically elevated. His expression is calm. There is very little unnecessary movement. This is usually a sign of internal confidence. He doesn't appear like he's trying to convince anyone. His facial muscles are relaxed. His breathing appears controlled. This often signals, "I know exactly who I am." Elite performers sometimes become dangerous because they no longer need emotional hype. They simply trust themselves. BSD almost gives the impression of someone entering a business meeting rather than a fist fight. And that level of composure can be terrifying because emotionally, he doesn't appear reactive. Paddy Pimblett's body language shows that he's smiling. This is fascinating psychologically. People often assume smiling means confidence, but smiling can mean several things beneath the surface. One can be genuine confidence or emotional regulation. Smiling can reduce internal stress. It's a way of staying loose. Paddy has often used humor throughout his career. It's part of his identity. He fights best when relaxed and enjoying himself. The smile may communicate, "I'm not intimidated." However, smiles before competition can occasionally mask nervous energy. Again, body language isn't mind reading, but Paddy definitely appears more expressive and emotionally open than Benoit. BSD appears stoic. Paddy appears playful. Now for the psychological dynamic. This almost feels like the assassin versus the entertainer. Benoit's message is, "I'm here to finish a job." Paddy's message is, "I'm having fun with this." Neither approach is wrong. Many champions use playfulness to reduce pressure. Think Sean O'Malley. Think even going all the way back with boxing with Muhammad Ali. The question becomes, who handles adversity better? Because if Paddy gets hit early, does the smile disappear? If Benoit gets dragged into chaos, can he remain composed? Now, comparing both face-offs, for Conor and Max, high emotional intensity. You can almost feel years of history, legacy, pride, and unanswered questions. For BSD and Paddy, it's much calmer, more psychological chess than emotional warfare. One side feels personal, the other feels professional. Now, for final predictions from body language, based solely on the body language. For Conor and Max, Conor appears more emotionally charged. Max appears more emotionally regulated. Historically, regulated fighters often perform better under prolonged adversity. For BSD versus Paddy, Benoit appears incredibly centered and internally confident. Paddy appears loose and psychologically free. This fight may come down to who can maintain their emotional state once real danger appears. And that's the beauty of MMA. The fight starts long before the first punch. It begins in the stare down, in the breathing, in the tension of the jaw and the smile. Because sometimes the body reveals what words never will. Tomorrow night we'll find out whether intensity, calmness, stoicism, or playfulness wins the psychological battle inside the cage. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.